from New York, where my evil plans for world conquest got off to a bad start when I lost my car keys this morning. It's Late Night with David Letterman. Tonight, Jay Leno, actress Annie Potts, and musician Hiram Bullock. Plus, Paul Schaefer and the world's most dangerous man. And now, a man whose piercing stare has been observed to upset livestock, David Letterman.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Paul. Hey. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave, and please, as always, feel free to call me Dave. Thank you very much. Tuesday. We're just getting back from a long weekend. Long weekend for us, and it's Tuesday, right, Paul?
Yes, it is.
That's right.
A little slow starting today, right?
No, not a little. No, not slow starting, but it's the kind of thing where I think the show will really probably explode like right in the middle. It'll really catch fire and explode. I mean, not that this won't be great, this part right here.
This part is good, but...
Yeah, well, it will be, or it could be.
Yeah.
It might be, but it'll really catch fire about halfway through. Yeah, so if you want to go someplace now, visit a friend. And interesting poll in today's issue of USA Today. 9 out of 10 Americans, I was stunned about this, frankly. 9 out of 10 Americans said they would be reluctant to purchase any condom manufactured by Michelin. And I thought, well, what exactly... About 25 minutes. That's right. About 25 minutes. Mikhail Gorbachev has not been seen in public for 7 weeks now. And yesterday, the Kremlin issued an official statement saying that he was on vacation. The spokesman also said that Joseph Stalin was still, quote, away from the desk, unquote. So, be back. And I found this to be quite a surprise to me. I guess I don't know as much about these things as I ought to. Apparently, if Gorbachev is unable to continue as Soviet premier, then Miss Tennessee would take over. I'm not crazy about the joke. I just like the rhythm of how it worked out with the... That was nice. Hey, kids, take a look at this show. You know who's back here with us tonight? Hiram Bullock is back here with us. And Hiram, nice to see you. Hiram was one of the original band members on the show. Is that correct, Paul?
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and now he is out on his own and doing quite well. He has a new album.
Second album out.
Second new album. And we'll be hearing something from the album tonight.
A little later on.
Yeah. Is there friction with the newer members of the group, Paul?
That's a little weird. No, absolutely not. We're thrilled to have Hiram back, and, you know,
yeah,
as long as it's just for one day.
Okay.
No, we're glad to have him.
Also on the program tonight from the television show Designing Women. Are you folks familiar with the program Designing Women? One of the stars of that show, Annie Potts, is here, and also Jay Leno is with us tonight. So we got a great program. Now here's Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I'm already having just a smashing time.
Did you have a good weekend?
I had a nice time. How about you?
I had a great weekend, as a matter of fact. I had a great weekend. Absolutely wonderful. It was lovely here, wasn't it? Two
Beautiful day.
Beautiful days, early autumn days here in New York, and they were absolutely lovely. A lot of cool, dry air. Canadian high-pressure system.
That's where it originates, as you taught us all.
That's right.
High pressure.
That's right.
Coming from Canada.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
But it was spectacularly gorgeous here.
So how'd you spend the weekend?
I watched the Sunday Today Show. You know, the Today Show, I didn't realize this, all week long is in China, which I think is an amazing, logistically, you know, forget everything else, logistically, that's an amazing thing to accomplish, that they have that show on every morning, 2 hours, all the way from China. And then the nightly news is also each night now with Tom Brokaw from China. And by the way, I don't think I pointed it out, we're also coming to you tonight from China.
We are coming from China.
That's right.
Right now.
That's right. We're in China
We're in
now.
China now.
That's right. I'm gonna take you out tomorrow, Paul, and show you the Great Wall.
That'd be great. You ever get the feeling when you kind of a tightness around here?
What's that? MSG.
MSG syndrome,
yeah,
yeah.
that's what it is.
I'm starting to feel it already.
We should just eat in the hotel, and that won't happen.
Okay.
All right. Also, Thursday. Is it Thursday? Thursday. This is amazing to me. Johnny Carson will have been on the air hosting The Tonight Show not 10 years, not 15 years, not 20 years, 25 years.
Oh.
And his anniversary special will be on Thursday night. What time, Morty? Do we have any idea? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, 1 hour it is? 1 hour, and then we're on that particular night, and that particular night only at 11:30. And then at 12:30 we're on, oh, you don't know what you're in for. Anyway, but seriously, our congratulations to 25 years to Johnny Carson. Do you think you could do anything for 25 years, Paul?
Do you think you could do
No, I couldn't.
anything for 25 years?
No, I couldn't.
You
I couldn't. No, we've barely been able to do this thing for, what, 3 years we've been on the air?
3.5 years.
Three and a half years.
No, 5.5 years.
Five and a half. See, there you go.
1/5 of the amount of time that
Exactly.
Carson has been on.
Once again, Paul, you have crystallized it into an example we as laymen can understand perfectly. What are we doing now? Oh, let's do this. You know, last week we had this thing loaded up with mouthwash, and then Friday night we had it loaded up with wine. Tonight, I understand we have it filled with printer's ink. So if you're wearing something you value, back away from the television set. Here we go. The prancing fluids loaded with ink. There you have it. Look at that, everywhere. We've hit a gusher! Now, will this come off? Do we think this is indelible, or will that... It is water-soluble, so that'll come right off the set and everything.
That's just, gee, that's depressing. Just black.
That bothers you, Paul?
Blank ink coming out of a font. Look at how it's staining the...
I don't know. Well,
You know, I have a little something.
Oh, you
I've
have
got
a little something?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
a
I
surprise.
didn't know that for a minute there.
that I want to introduce. Something that's going to be seen for the first time, never before seen on TV. Hang on a minute.
Where'd you go, Paul?
This is something that I like to call Paul Schaefer's Prancing Fluids Jr. This is it. Let's get a little music. Thank you very much. My own fluids, the Prancing Fluids Jr.
Okay! Okay! Jeez. That's the most idiotic waste of time I've ever been a part of.
Look at this thing on the top. It's
Yeah, I know.
Angel
Paul.
spins
It's too
it.
late, Paul. Too late. Thanks anyway.
Ballerina.
Let's do our top 10 list tonight. The category, as always, prepared at the home office in Scottsdale. Tonight's category, top 10 other things William Casey said on his deathbed. You know, what's his name from the Washington Post? Which one was it? Woodward. Woodward? Bob Woodward went in there and got some information from Mr. Casey on his deathbed. Here are the top 10 other things that William Casey said. Number 10, nice nurse outfit, Woodward. Number 9, that fruitcake Mrs. Reagan sent me tasted kind of funny. Number 8, they actually tried that Iran thing. I was just kidding. Number 7, oh boy, only one piece to go and I complete my Civil War chess set. Number 6, here's another one for you. Sandy Duncan is KGB. Number 5, if Michael Jackson calls, hold out for a $500,000. Number 4, come on, one last sponge bath. Oh. Ooh. I'm with you folks on this. Number 3, damn, just when arena football was getting good. Number 2, if they make a movie, don't let Pee Wee Herman play me. Number 1, remember the Gong Show? I was the unknown comic. You have any idea what that was, Paul?
Well, it was obviously a conquistador and a bunny spray painting broccoli silver. That's probably what it was. Just a guess, though.
You know, I'm not sure this show is in the best interest of television anymore. If there were a commissioner of television, we might be suspended.
We might.
What are we doing? We're done now? All right, let's do a commercial. We'll just do a commercial here. Jay Leno is here, Annie Potts, and Hiram Bullock. So come on back, folks, anytime. Thank you very much. The Tonight Show 25th Anniversary Celebration Special with Johnny Carson will be on 9:30. 9:30 Thursday night. 9:30 Thursday night and runs to 11. It's 90 minutes long. Let's see, what are we doing? Bring out our first guest. Good friend of mine and a very funny gentleman. He has been featured on the cover of the Vancouver, Washington Columbian's Weekend Entertainment section, of which I have a copy right there. And as you can see, it's, of course, Joe Leno. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jay Leno. I love that suit.
I'm just in town to kill a guy.
Well,
I feel like Telly Savalas. Stavros Cracker!
It's like something you'd see Perry White in.
Yeah.
The Daily Planet.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, David. It's good to be here. Fine to be here.
How are things going?
Fine. I was just next door watching the news here in New York, which is...
I know you always have your eye on the news.
I'm a big fan of the news.
That's
Dave.
right.
You know.
Yeah. The comedy almost writes itself.
Oh,
doesn't it?
gosh. Right out of today's headline. There is a... but, you know, the news in New York, it is different than anywhere else in the world. There's a great story. This was last night. You see, a man was found beaten, robbed, shot in the head. His body was thrown in the river. The police said the killer was a friend of the victim. You know, boy, it's a good thing these two didn't quarrel. Huh? This could have turned real ugly real fast. And there was a guy about 3 nights ago. I thought this was kind of interesting. This guy, now this sounds a little disgusting here, but this is true. You know the drug testing they've been doing in corporations. This guy, I'm not making this up. The guy was arrested for allegedly selling clean urine.
Right, I've heard of that.
That people would buy to pass a drug test. And they arrested him on fraud, and he was on the news, and this was his defense. He said, hey, I just sell the stuff. I don't know what people do with it. Yeah, I thought that was a little strange. Yeah, there was... Why, thank you. There are certain news stories I'd like to see, personally.
Oh, these are ones you'd like to see
Like
now.
to see, yeah. I think
so
it'd be-
these are not necessarily true, but
Oh,
you'd
no,
like to
I
see-
wouldn't want to confuse the real ones with the joke ones. No, you have to be so careful today
That's
with that
right.
kind of...
Yeah.
No, I just like to see Marcel Marceau indicted for murder. No, I think it'd be fun. So this way, when the crews went to interview the neighbors, they'd all say, he was a quiet man. But the news in big trouble, Dave. The news is in big trouble.
The news is in big trouble.
Oh, gosh, I'm watching Dan Rather having such problems over there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what it is? They keep fooling around with his image. First they had him in the suits and ties,
Right.
and that didn't work. Then they put him in those
Had
sweaters.
a little sweater vest.
Did you see it last night?
No, I
It was
missed
kind
it.
of sad. They had him in this leather jumpsuit with the cellophane buttocks. Gee, it was just... It wasn't him.
No, it doesn't seem like that at all.
No.
Did you just get into town? Come out last night?
Flew in virtually moments ago.
You do a lot of flying.
A lot of flying, Dave. And you know what it is? The airlines now are trying to, they're trying to win back. With a lot of giveaways and givebacks. Like they sent me this new thing. I'm in this Delta Frequent Survivor program. Are you part of this? And gee, this is a terrific deal, really. But what happened? It used to be great. It's all the FAA. It's not the airlines.
Everything's deregulated now,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, you can fly, New York to L.A. for like $88.
Right.
You now have people flying that would normally hitchhike or cling to the bottom of trains to get where they're going, so people get on planes, they have open sores and wet animals. I mean, there's no respect anymore.
No, there is no more respect.
Oh, gosh. I remember 10 years ago...
What do you mean there's no respect?
No, I mean, 10 years ago, when you would fly, halfway through the flight, the pilot would, he'd come out of the cockpit, he'd button his jacket, he'd take a little stroll down the aisle, and people would say, oh, there's the pilot, and they put wings on the kid. Gee, they walk down the aisle. It's like running the gauntlet. People, they're kicking him, they're rubbing his face on the carpet, giving him that carpet burn there. It's a terrible thing.
Oh, that is terrible.
It's a terrible
You should have reported that.
Well, you can only do so much.
I know you can.
See, this is the thing that annoys me. Like that near collision. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, it shouldn't be happening.
I don't understand how it
I don't
happens,
understand it either.
It's like the thing with Delta and Continental. They're the only two planes in there. They come within 30 feet of each other.
Over the North Atlantic.
I mean, you put 10 horses in a little corral, they run around all day, they don't bang into each other. I don't understand how this works.
Exactly.
I mean, Delta used... I mean, look at the slogans. You see the deterioration right in this slogan. It used to be Delta, the airline run by professionals.
Right.
Then it went to Delta, we're ready when you are. And this is their new slogan. This is their actual slogan, Delta, we get you there. Shut up, sit down. Gee, it's a... I mean,
we get you there. I'm serious. You should have reported that episode.
Well, maybe I will
Mention
in
it
the
to a
future.
federal marshal at the airport.
Yeah.
We'll do a commercial here, and then we'll be right back with Jay Leno. Jay Leno will be appearing Friday at the Toledo Masonic Auditorium.
Oh, yes.
Sound like a big room.
Oh, it's Masonic, yeah.
And Saturday night at St. John's University here
It'll be a
on
deeply
Long Island.
religious program at St. John's.
So where were we?
Well, as you said, I'm flying off. Well, I was
Talking
telling you
about
this.
the airline.
Actually, one real frightening thing. It's not even funny. Did you read about that pilot who fell out of the plane?
I did hear about that. That was very
I'm
odd.
not making this up. These two
A small
guys,
commuter or something.
Two guys were flying a commuter, and I guess the co-pilot was flying. The pilot went back to check on a door that was rattling. No, this is true. He opened the door. He got sucked out of the plane. He held on to apparently the door handle until they landed. But the FAA investigation just came out today on it. And they said the guy really only had two choices. One was to keep holding on to the door handle. Yeah. The second was to try and make the 3-foot jump to the Delta flight that was right next to him. So it was, it's pretty close, one of those. Yeah. One of those close calls.
A life and death dilemma, to be sure.
Oh, gosh. Believe you me.
Were you on the MTV Awards recently?
No, I didn't do the MTV Awards this year. I did them last year. In fact, last year was the big year. The year they gave the Lifetime Achievement Award to Madonna. Madonna won the Lifetime Achievement Award. Kind of gives Ella Fitzgerald and Lena Horne something to shoot for. I think that's kind of nice.
And what about the political situation?
Political situation. Well, I'm a big fan of the political situation.
I know you are.
Well, you know what I find odd about politics is that the smallest incident can have an effect, really on American history.
Change history, exactly.
I mean, like...
We see it over and over again.
Well, the classic case is the Gary Hart thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that really did him in was that picture of Donna Rice sitting on his lap on that boat. I mean, that's the thing.
Everybody saw it and thought, what's going on here?
But you realize, if the captain of that ship had had one extra deck chair, this guy could have been president of the United States. I mean, that's...
A little footnote in history, but nonetheless.
Yeah, certainly, certainly.
Yeah.
It shows you how...
Changed everything.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Anything else about politics? What's your beef, Jay? What's gnawing at you?
We want to get to the beef dish. Yes, David. Actually, something, I'll tell you, well, this is kind of a beef, and it annoys me. Mrs. Leno and I, you know, we went to the...
Talking about your mom now?
No, my lovely wife.
Your lovely wife, that's right.
We went to the movie theater the other day. The movie theater, excuse me, the cement bunker at the end of the shopping mall. Movie theater. You know, at least in New York here, you still have some of the beautiful Art Deco theaters. You know, out in California, you park in some 5,000-acre lot, you hike 2 miles to some cinder block building. You know, there's 18 movies playing. Each screen is 4 feet wide. There's about 70 folding chairs. You feel like you're in some communist debriefing center, you know. It's a terrible situation. I'm trying to watch Room with a View, Full Metal Jackets playing on the 2 theaters next to me. And you know what's amazing? Theater etiquette. I'm sitting there in the theater. My wife and I are sitting there. Over here, one row over, see a guy, his wife and kid, nice family. And the guy had bought one of those huge tubs of popcorn. You know, those big Rubbermaid garbage cans just filled with popcorn. And he had one of those 7 or 8 liter soft drinks that they have.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they come in those biodegradable cups that begin to decompose within seconds of putting the drink in. You know, you ever get stuck in the theater, you're sitting there holding 2 or 3 quarts of liquid, and you feel the cup getting porous now. You know, I mean, do you ruin your liver? Do you ruin your suit? What do you do here? And I'm watching this guy, and now people do this in the theater. This is considered acceptable behavior in America. When you don't like your food, you just dump it on the floor. You know, you just dump the food on the floor, and no one thinks it's the least, but you know, you don't sit in a restaurant, you're going to eat those potatoes, dumping on the floor. And now, the worst part, now in California, they sell cheese nachos in movie theaters. Boy, I bet the janitor didn't dream up this idea. Actually, there's a legal reason they sell the cheese nachos. You know, so many people were slipping and sliding on the Coke and the Pepsi that your cheese give them extra traction to get up, to get up that incline.
Safety.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So OSHA, I think, had the original idea.
That's correct.
Implemented.
That's correct. We saw the James Bond. Did you see the new James Bond?
Nah.
You know, I've always been a James Bond film, so I just go see him out of, you know. Cause see,
out of what?
Well, out of respect, certainly, I guess. Probably is the best thing. You know, because Sean Connery was always James Bond for me. But but as a kid, you always felt insecure. Because you'd watch James Bond, and he would go into a bar, and he'd meet these women, and 2 minutes later, they walk out arm in arm. I mean, we were 17 years old. You think, oh, God, you know, I'm never going to meet anyone. But as you get older and you look back at the James Bond films, you understand what's happening here, you know? I mean, you're a guy, you go in a bar, you meet a woman, she says her name is Pussy Galore. You got as much chance to make. I mean, come on. You know, I never knew what my dad was laughing at when I saw that. I remember sitting there, my mom was in the middle, the woman goes, my name's Pussy. Pussy Galore. Hey, what's that laughing at? Never mind what your father's laughing at. Well, what's so funny about her name? Miss Galore is a lovely name. I never really understood what it was.
Well, and now you do.
Now I do.
And millions of other Americans do as well.
But what's my beef?
Do we have time to get to what's...
Yes, I'll tell you what's my beef. Boy, you see what McDonald's is doing now, David? McDonald's Corporation. They now have elderly people working in McDonald's restaurants. They now have teenagers and senior citizens. This is part of their cradle-to-the-grave minimum wage program. Boy, I tell you, it's nice to know when you're 80, you can make the same money you were making when you were 16. I mean, what's more dignified than an 80-year-old guy with a trainee hat on, a bunch of punk kids putting kick-me signs on his I mean, isn't that what we all want for our grandparents?
Oh, yeah.
Out after midnight with an apron and a stick with a nail in it, picking up cups in McDonald's while teenagers burn rubber. Hey, Pops, you forgot one! Oh, boy, it's a terrible thing.
Mr. Leno will be in Toledo at the Masonic Auditorium and then back in Long Island, St. John's University.
Yeah.
Good to see you again,
Thank you, David.
Thanks for being here. We'll be right back after the station. Welcome back to the program. Annie Potts is here tonight, and also Hiram Bullock with our band, and they'll be performing a song a little bit later. Did we identify the song already, Paul?
The song, I don't know if I should give it away.
Okay, we'll save it, but that'll be in a couple of moments from now. Tomorrow on the program, Robert Klein will be here, Courtney Cox, and Dan Fogelberg. That'll be tomorrow. And then Thursday, we'll be on, this program will be on at 11:30, Thursday evening, with Dabney Coleman and Stupid Petrix. That will be Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. We were taking a look at some memos and paperwork that we were clearing out of the office earlier today, and we came across this one correspondence. This comes from the research department here at the NBC Research. It's right up there in the NBC inner office. There you go. Well, take my word for it. Trust me, we'll be days waiting on that shot. Any news on the strike yet, Paul?
Yeah, I've been working as hard as I can on the strike. And
anyway, the gist of this memo concerns a town known as Bangor, Maine. Anybody here from Bangor? All right. I've been to Bangor once when I was a kid. Seemed like a lovely community in, I believe, the central, well, there it is, part of Maine. And the memo says, based on the latest Nielsen reports, it appears that Bangor, Maine had the lowest delivery of all local markets with a rating below 1.0 and unreportedly low share level, which they determined to be unmeasurable. Now, what all of this means essentially is there's no one in the city of Bangor, Maine watching this show. Nobody. So we said to ourselves, geez, that's kind of too bad, and not many of us really know too much about Bangor, so let's find out a couple of things and see if there's something we can't do to overcome this. No one in Bangor, Paul.
Nobody's watching.
That's right.
No one's watching.
That's right.
No one stays up and watches.
32,000 is the population of Bangor, Maine. The NBC affiliate there is WLBZ, Channel 2. Bangor was founded as a city in 1769. They produce many wonderful products, local products. Well, Bangor is a trade and distribution center for northeastern Maine. And talk about products. Anybody fond of walking owes a debt of thanks to Bangor, Maine. It's a leading producer of shoes. Anyone for lumber or lumber byproducts? Well, the abundant forests of the pine tree state surround Bangor like an emerald necklace. And finally, paper. From napkins to facial wipes. Truly, Bangor is a place where, hey, anything goes. Thank you very much, Laurie. Thank you. So we have the problem now that no one in Bangor is watching this show, and we know a little bit more about the fine city of Bangor, Maine. But what can we do to help overcome this obstacle? We've invited a friend out here tonight to help us with this problem. Larry, are you back there? Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Larry Bud Melman. Larry? All right, nice to see you. What do you have here? So now, Larry, we have something here that we think will help improve our ratings in Bangor, Maine. What do we have?
I'm going to read from the white pages.
The white
pages of Bangor, Maine.
Of Bangor, Maine. You're just going to select at random?
I'm going to select at random.
The names of people living in Bangor.
And Bangor.
All right, go right ahead.
Durham R.
Huh?
Durham R.
Wouldn't it be R. Durham?
Well, they have it here, Durham R. Is that okay? Oh, all right.
So it sounds to me like this book may be alphabetized.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How about Judd
Kind of handy, I guess. Who?
Judd Guston.
Judd Guston.
Okay.
All right.
Mitchell Kenneth. Okay.
And again, I'm guessing maybe his name is...
Kenneth Mitchell.
There you go.
All right. Thank you, Dave.
So here's what we're going to do. Every night, we're going to be mentioning people who have their names in the Bangor phone book. Now, don't you think seriously that that's worth staying up for? I guess we do.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Larry. Now, Paul, I understand you have a little contribution you'd like to make.
yes, I have, David, actually. This is a Jeff Martin composition. And it goes something like this. Third boxcar, midnight train. Destination, Bangor, Maine. A place where they make sandpaper, shoes, and lumber. But those lumberjacks and shoers, they're not late-night TV viewers. For at midnight, sad to say, they'd rather slumber. Hey, Bangor, it's a beautiful lady. Yeah, Bangor is a sweet, sweet mystery. Bangor, hey, I don't even know her. But someday that town will belong to me.
Paul Schaefer, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here with Annie Potts.
As Kevin would tell you, because he's an honest man of integrity. If those people on Dallas can get away with that, like the whole season was a dream?
Yeah.
Well, I pretty much think the sky's the limit for us then, Paul. Well, we have good news and bad news about Mary Lou Retton, the woman who captured our hearts in the '84 Olympics in Los Angeles a couple of years ago. The bad news is she's retiring from competitive gymnastics. The good news is we will still be able to see her doing her television commercial endorsements. Oh, no, I think I mixed those two up. I'm sorry. It's a joke. No, hey! No. It's a joke. It's a joke. We think the world of her. She's a lovely woman. And, well, she is, isn't she? She is. She's a lovely woman.
Very nice.
I had this nagging kind of a question in the back of my mind all day. What is infested with more germs? Now, think about this. Would it be an average-sized garbage dump or any mouthpiece on a New York City payphone? What would it be? Paul, you don't think the nerves are getting to me, do you?
Maybe.
Here's an interesting item from today's Post. Due to numerous problems, inmates at Rikers Island, it's a prison here in New York. It's in the East River, isn't it? Rikers Island? Right? You got to know where it is. We should know. Our staff really should know where all major houses of incarceration are. Many alumni. It's in the East River, yeah. Anyway, inmates at Rikers Island now, because of problems, will no longer be allowed to play Twister during recreation hour. Kids, you tuned in on a good night. Look at this lineup. Roland Gift is here from the Fine Young Cannibals. George Miller, a lovely young comedian. And this alone, this next little item, believe me, from my heart, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, moms and dads, kids of all ages, this next little item here is worth the price of your set alone. If you don't watch another minute of television for the rest of your life, this next little item will justify the initial investment. Maybe not. No. We have a Rhode Island State Police fashion show. Now, here he is, our good friend.
Nice to see all you kids. Well, Dave,
to be hot.
You know, we've been on the air. You know the 5 years that we've been on the air so far?
Yep.
Pam Ewing dreamed.
See now,
the whole 5 years. She dreamed the whole 5 years.
See, there ought to be a television commission that steps in and says, no, you can't pull that. No, the guy left the show. That's it. He's history. Invent something else. Like they had a 26-week dream. You can't do that. You can't. You really shouldn't be allowed to do that.
By the way, you remember how we sounded backing up Ziggy Marley last night on the background vocals?
Yep.
Pam Ewing dreamed the whole thing.
What did it not sound?
Well, we kind of missed a few of those Jamaican patois lyrics.
He sounded good, though. Don't you think he sounded good?
He sounded great.
And tonight, I heard in rehearsal, Roland and you guys sounded very good.
Roland Gift from the Fine Young Cannibals, yeah.
Now, I have a little story for you. By the way, I don't know how many of you realize this, but in another life, Paul Schaefer is Don Johnson's houseboy.
No.
Now, you're in that video together,
not
right?
His houseboy.
Now, do you guys...
His sidekick
best gang, best pal.
Now, do you fight
Logan.
crime, you guys? Do you go around the world fighting crime?
No, we go looking for interesting things for Donnie to shoot.
Yeah.
He's a photographer.
Yeah.
He shoots 16 millimeter, 32, everything.
Interesting things to shoot. Okay.
Yeah.
And your name is Logan?
Logan, yeah. You have a problem with that?
No, no.
Okay.
There ought to be a television commission to guard against this kind of violation. Here's what happened to me this morning. Am I having a great day or what? The phone rings about 9:30. I'm getting ready to come to work. Actually, it was more like noon, and I'm getting ready to come to work.
Yeah.
And,
that's better, yeah.
And it's a lovely-sounding woman on the end of the phone. She introduces herself to me as Joanne, calling from Clearwater, Florida. She tells me that I have been selected now as a Nielsen family. I am now, thanks to Joanne, a Nielsen television rating system family. So I said, well, that's great. So she took all of the pertinent data down, my name, my address, so on and so forth, the zip code, how many people in the home spoke English, how many televisions, blah, blah, blah. She sends me now, I'm going to get the diary, and I'll be a Nielsen television rating home. Now, simply stated, do you know what this means? I'll be the most powerful man in show business! Come on, Paul.
I have a feeling, though, you didn't really get that call.
No, I did.
I think Pam Ewing dreamed the whole thing.
Let's do it. What are we doing? We got a great show for you here tonight, huh? Oh, the top 10, of course. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, this is brand new stuff. This isn't like some dream. Now, how many writers do you suppose they have on that show? Like 12, 13? Here we go from the home office in Milwaukee. By the way, I understand they're moving the home office.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's going to Phoenix.
The home office will be now in Phoenix.
Everything's going to the Sun Belt. So
when does that start?
I think be the first of the year.
Great.
Yeah, moving to Phoenix.
But in...
Tonight's category, top 10 promotional slogans rejected by this network in favor of Come Home to NBC. Here we go. Number 10, you can't spell fantastic without NBC except for the B. Number 9, more than 244 days without a work-stopping injury. Number 8, look, there's nothing we can do about Gene Shalit. Number 7, we point with pride to our colored programming. See, they rejected that one completely. And I'm glad to see that you did likewise. Number 6, we're Beatrice. Number 5, no more Robert Blake, we promise. Number 4, the rich, meaty taste dogs love. Number 3, we be chillin'. Number 2, Roger Mudd, you won him, we got him. And the number 1 slogan rejected by this network in favor of Come Home to NBC, get a lot of cheap crap out of the refrigerator and sit your big butt down. Before we begin, we have time for this right now? This is a video funhouse. Paul, here's the theme music for the video funhouse. Let's get right to it. Number 1, this is a Big Apple Jumble. Sounds like a dessert Mom might make, doesn't it? Here's the license of a New York City cab driver. Now, see if you can... I think we can see this joke driving up 6th Avenue. Here's the license of a New York City cab driver. See now if you can unscramble the letters of his name. No, this is a trick question. The letters are already unscrambled. That's his real name. Here's a late-night brain teaser. Match the celebrity with the money-raising event they are most associated with. Willie Nelson, Bob Geldof, Jerry Lee Lewis. And the events, the fundraising events, Farm Aid, Live Aid, bail. Here is the search and see game. See now if you can find the hidden witness at the John Gotti trial. Now, it's tough. It's tough. Take a close look, and, well, there he is right there. Here we go. What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this show is the question. Okay, look closely. Look closely. What's wrong with this picture? Okay, give up? Well, see, it's Christmas, and NBC's new show, Alf, is still on the air. I don't know. Fine show. Have you seen Alf? Have you seen Alf, Paul?
I've seen it, yeah.
I understand it's quite a good show. It's just a little joke.
Just a joke.
Just a little joke. This is a test for travelers. Excuse me. Thank you. Test for travelers. Can you identify the city by the silhouette of its skyline? Well, obviously that would be Paris, the Eiffel Tower there. The Arch, that would be St. Louis, sure. And, yeah, I guess that must be New York City. Boy, look at the size of those snipers, will you? That... Good Lord. Yeah, that must be like a 70-foot sniper there. Okay, we have another one here. This is a TV puzzler. Okay, here's another one. What's wrong with this picture? Take a look at this picture. Okay, you have any idea? Well, it's a crowd of television cameras and reporters, and Jesse Jackson is nowhere to be seen. So here's how we correct that. There's... I'm the most powerful man in show business. Number 7, this is an audio quiz, a listening quiz. To demonstrate the incredible bass response of your RCA stereo TV, which primetime excerpt would you play? To demonstrate the incredible bass response, which of the following would you play? A, the roar... Oh, but we're using the oscilloscope for purposes of this demonstration, or words to that effect. A, the roar of the Ferrari on Miami Vice. There it is, right there. B, an explosion in a meat warehouse on the A-Team. Oh, that was good. Or C, Grandma calls the kids to dinner on Life with Lucy.
Kids, macaroni and cheese.
Here we go. We got a good show for you tonight. Roland Gift is right. Nobody likes getting stopped for speeding, but if you happen to get nabbed in the state of Rhode Island, take consolation in the fact that the best-dressed state troopers in America are ruining your day. Here tonight with a preview of what they're wearing this year, please welcome Lieutenant David Driscoll. David. Lieutenant, how are you? Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for being here, sir. Come on over. Have a seat there, Lieutenant. Now, what is this you're wearing? This is an example of your, is this the winter outfit?
This is the traffic shirt, what we call the traffic shirt uniform. It's just went into effect as of this last Sunday. It's the traffic shirt, which is 100% wool, the boots and breeches, and so forth.
And obviously you can't sit down in it. If
you ask me to, I will.
Oh, no, please do, please do. I'm sorry, forgive me. I thought that I had asked you to sit down.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you here. You have a fine organization, and you're a fine representative of that. Now tell me about the competition. This is an annual event?
It's an event that's held by the National Association of Uniform Manufacturers out of New York City.
How many times have you competed as a member of the Rhode Island State Police?
This is the first.
First time. And who judges this?
It's judged by some people in the law enforcement community and other lay personnel.
Yeah. Does Mr. Blackwell have anything to do with this?
No. Not to my knowledge.
Yeah. And, well, let's take a look at some of the competition. States, all 50 states are represented?
They can all lend to the contest if they want to. Just how many entered, I really don't know.
Yeah. And was there a prize for this?
We will be awarded a plaque this coming Friday
Okay.
in Rhode Island.
And who designed this for you?
This uniform and all of the uniforms that you will see were designed back in the early part of the 30s by an ex-lieutenant lady from our department, and the department tailor that we now have, Antonio Caravero, has been with us for 4 years.
And so that's pretty good that a design from the 30s wins here in 1986, don't you think?
I believe so.
All right. Let's take a look at what the competition had to order. And, Lieutenant, if you can, just go ahead and tell us what states we're looking at and comment on the uniforms, if you will.
This photograph was taken last November in New Hampshire. It includes the NESPAC organization, which is all the New England states. If you stop from your far left, please.
Oh, sorry.
That would be the Massachusetts State Police.
Uh-huh. That's a nice uniform as well, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. Now that it looks like, and your uniform also looks like a little Mountie influence, right?
It does.
Okay.
That would be New Hampshire State Police.
Uh-huh, New Hampshire?
Connecticut State Police.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of that uniform, thank you. I know pretty well what that looks like.
And the best one in the group, Oz.
There you are. Now, how many different uniforms were in the competition per unit? I mean, did you have like 4 different winter, summer, that kind of thing?
We sent a photo pack of all of the uniforms that we have.
And how many does that usually mean?
Several. 7.
7 uniforms, okay.
Next is Vermont State Police and Maine State Police.
Okay, well, so there's quite a similarity there, isn't it, between this guy here and then that other guy over there. Yeah, these 2 guys are similar, aren't they? Same color and same sort of look. Okay. All right, now, but you actually tied, didn't you? The competition this year was a tie.
That's correct.
And who was the other state that you tied with?
Ohio Highway Patrol.
And we're taking a look here now at them.
You know, to...
In all due respect, I don't mean to be silly about this, but the guy looks like a beekeeper. I mean, I don't mean... you know, if I were choosing, I'd say your uniform is far more handsome than that uniform.
Thank you very much.
All right. And I guess I'm done in Ohio.
However, they do have very nice uniforms.
Do they have other nice ones?
Yes,
okay, we're going to do a commercial, and then when we come back, Lieutenant Driscoll will narrate a little fashion show. Thank you very much. Lieutenant David Driscoll is here from the Rhode Island State Police. All right. You don't have a highway patrol. You are the highway patrol, but known as the state police. All right, now we're going to see some of your fellow officers in the various versions of the Rhode Island uniform. And when they come down here, how do you like the way we put the little tape on the carpet there?
Very ingenious.
Yeah. You see, that's like a highway there. Yeah. A little masking tape, and you can do your own show at home. Okay, David, go ahead and introduce the first gentleman and tell us about the uniform. Paul? Here he comes.
This is Super Ted Kid in our summer uniform. As you can see, there's the long-sleeve shirt with the gauntlets, and we also have a short-sleeve shirt to go with
What
this,
is the material,
uniform.
David? What is that made of?
It's polyester and wool.
Polyester and wool, so in the summer that would be a little sticky, wouldn't it?
It's not bad at all.
Not too bad at all. And this gentleman's name is?
Trooper Ted Kidd.
Ted, nice to see you. Thank you very much, Ted. You look great. Okay. All right. Who do we have next?
This is Corporal Richard Hurst.
Corporal, nice to see you.
In what we refer to as our blouse.
The blouse? Now, that's the jacket version of what you have there?
It is, sir, and it's our everyday uniform that the line troopers wear.
And those boots are, those are actual boots, aren't they?
They're very observing. Well, those are the brown boots, the sand brown belt, the holster, and of course the gauntlets that we have to go with the summer attire as well as the winter attire.
Are those tough to get on and off in a hurry, those boots?
In a hurry?
Yeah.
In a hurry, I would say they are.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you. Who's next back there? Come on out. Oh, my. Easy. Hold it.
This is Trooper Brendan Dowery, and he's wearing...
Brendan, nice to see you.
Which is self-explanatory. It's a leather coat. It's worn in the cold weather.
Yeah, obviously
with
for winter.
With the buff colored Stetson hat and the boots again with the breeches.
Yeah. Listen, can you open? I guess you can't open the coat, can you? A little bit, just you have the blouse on underneath that as well?
No.
Yeah, very nice.
Just a gray, what we call office shirt.
These uniforms look very expensive.
They are.
Yeah. And can you tell us how much they would go?
Not really.
Yeah.
So I could tell you that the entire wardrobe would be somewhere in the vicinity of $3,000 per individual.
Oh, very nice items. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you, sir. We have We have more? Oh, sure. Oh, boy. That's beautiful. That's a great-looking coat.
This is Trooper John Layton with
John, nice to see you.
A dress overcoat, which is worn for VIP occasions and also on Sundays in the wintertime. It's used as dress for the gubernatorial speeches and so forth and so on.
That's also a lovely outfit, a lovely coat. Nice. You look terrific in that. Thank you very much. We have one more? One more, all right. Let's see. Oh, how do you do?
This is Trooper Pamela Moffett.
Pamela, how are you?
And she's wearing our snow uniform that we purchased from the Bauer Company out of Washington State.
Yeah.
It's good for temperatures 30 below zero.
Yeah. And how many women are on the force?
We have 3 presently.
3 presently, and how many men on the force?
In totality, we have approximately 180.
180?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Are you looking for other women to be
Most certainly are.
Yeah. Is that comfortable, Pam?
So.
Yeah. Do you like being a member of the state police?
Yes, I do, very much.
Well, nice meeting you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. It's a pleasure meeting you, and keep up the good work. Nice job. Tomorrow on this program, Don Herbert, Mr. Wizard, will be with us. And from the Bob Newhart Show, Mary Fran will be here, and also film star Michael Keaton will be here. That's tomorrow. Later on tonight's program, we have George Miller. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mummenschanz. Mummenschanz. Oh. What a surprise. Hi. Mummenschanz, everybody. Nice to see you. Oh, brother. This is quite a treat. Thank you for dropping in. Who do I talk to here? I never know exactly who I'm dealing with.
Well, I'm sort of the father of Mummenschanz. Why don't you talk to me?
Okay, great. Well, that's good.
Thank you very much.
This is exciting.
Sure.
My
name is Gunther.
You're Gunther?
And this is Klaus right behind me. This is Hans over here. And the lovely fat lady over here is my wife, Gretchen.
Hi, Gretchen. Nice to see you. My Gretchen has a really hairy back, doesn't she?
She really does, doesn't she? That's what I love about it.
Well, it's great for you kids to drop by, and what, you're taking some time off from your Broadway play, and what are you doing, live at 5 here, or what?
Actually, no, we're taping a special edition of NFL '86.
Is that right? Just you guys?
Well, it's us and some guy from Capizio who says he invented the mime shoe.
Is that like that little slipper, kind of like a jazz shoe sort of thing?
Oh, no. It's much more like a hiking boot. It has a steel toe.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Dave, we're really in town to publicize something we're very excited about. NBC has given us a new series this fall. It's sort of an action detective show called Mummen Squad. And, yeah, well, there we are, right over there.
Oh, yeah, Mummen Squad.
And it was an awful lot of fun for us to put together.
Yeah, well, that's great. And, gee, it would be great if you had maybe, you know...
As a matter of fact, we brought a clip with us. If you'd like to take a look at it, it won't take too much time.
I guess we have time for a quick clip, don't we?
Great.
Okay, well, go ahead and set it up for us.
I don't know what the hell it is. They threw it at me when we got here, so I don't know. I'm sure it's self-explanatory.
Okay, here we go. A clip from the up-and-coming action-adventure show, Mummen Squad.
Okay, freeze! Let her go, mister.
No way, Mummen Squad.
Come on, I don't want to have to hurt you. Give me the gun. Give me the gun.
If I go, she goes.
I hate to do this.
Wow, really looks good. Very impressive. Good luck to all of you folks, and I guess you now have to run back to the theater, huh?
Actually, no, we're shooting out to L.A. We have to tape another one of those Battle of the Celebrity Superstars. I hope we do a little better this time. Last time, the kids from Fame really whipped our...
Okay, well, best of luck to everybody. It's Mummenschanz, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for dropping by. Mummenschanz. Okay. We'll be right back.